Hi, it's Beezy. It's March 22nd, 2022, and it's a lovely evening. The Pinkeltinks are the little baby peeper frogs. They're Pinkeltinking. The birds are singing, lots of birds are singing, and the creek is, the Mount Aquifer is going. The dogs are chilling, actually dropping some of their muddy feet from our walk we just had, and it's day 9, and I was thinking it's been a fun day, very expansive day, lots of interesting things happening. Just had a great fun time sitting around what felt like, you know, a real community porch where people just come and they go and they stay a while and they hang and they chat about all different things. It's like one of those games, what, telephone or something, where someone's talking about something and that thinks of something and they move into this and it flows. And it was very fun for me because there was an awful lot of laughing, and um, yeah, it was very fun. So I'll put that up. It's rendering. But today was interesting. I kind of took notice of all the different things. I hadn't planned it this way, but I was noticing the signs, astrological and different things going on. So, um, of when I gave my officially gave my notice and all these plans. I gave it on the officially on the 14th, the night of the 13th. So that was an interesting time. There's some significance with the numerology on 3/13, 2022. And one of the things I was thinking about, there's absolutely biblical stuff about it. There's been other um, channels and other people having downloads and information coming in about the 10 days of darkness and 10 days of light or dark, depending on where energy field, what polarity you're in and what you're looking at. There's a combination of those things, meaning you're moving from one to the other. And that March Madness is going on, and I don't mean the baseball, right this moment. And the big powerful energies from the full moon. So all of these things, and I end this the giving notice section, this road that I'm traveling. It's a transition and transformation road for me personally, obviously, but for the world at large as well, because that for me ends on the 22nd, another 2-2, interesting, another 2-2, which is Earth Day, Virgo, and all that seems to go together. The 10 days that I spoke of darkness ends on the 26th, which is somehow, I forgot what I was thinking today, correlated to something within the flow of March Madness. And if you're not quite certain, aside from basketball, what I'm talking about, there are big things going on as far as behind the scenes, in the back, right in front of the scenes, right in front of you, going on of um, unwinding and unbinding, big actions, big unfoldments, big cleanups, reveals, all of that kind of stuff. So anyways, it was very interesting as I was noticing that today, and really kind of, they almost like the dates and the numbers and the different people of all different walks of life and all different consciousness sets, and from very linear to a very us and them, to very heart based, to spiritual, to all of those range, we're all kind of flowing in the same direction. I thought, well, that's interesting. That's a holding in itself, all that stuff going on. And it's interesting. I one of the things I think that today was most fascinating for is there have been moments where I've been, a little sad at things as I'm going through them. Like today, that's kind of a mess around here. I'm cleaning everything off the porch, which is where I was kind of my workshop for doing stuff. I had time to play with that. So that'll all be cleaned off tomorrow, except for the furniture, which won't go to the end. To a friend's going to get that with her truck in April. But and then I'll start on the inside, because what I want to do is get everything so that it's right to the point where if my full rig is here in time, I know it's coming, but if it's here, in that time frame, then I'll have just that stuff. Hopefully I can artfully arrange it in there and go. Otherwise it's not, then I'll, pare down 99% of it and it'll stay here. And I'll take, the 1% of it with me just in the truck. So again, little moments of sadness that, I wish I had all of you. I mean, there's so many beings that I would love to say, here, come on over. Would you like this? I know you like to play with this. This is essentially all kind of stuff. And I can't afford to send it to people. If there's something that you've heard me talk about and you're interested in, that's great. Approach me, but you got to pay for the postage to get it to you. And other than those things, the crystals and other things that have an aliveness, a connection to them, I don't worry about giving anything else away or not. I'm not a stuff being, people being, community being, that kind of stuff. So, but and a little bit of the worry, a little bit of anxiousness in not the whole scope of what I'm doing, but am I going to get it all done in time? And then, and this is a lifelong thing, of the stuff, the components I do have going in the business, and I need to spend time and creative time doing that, and connecting with an audience who wants to play and wants to exchange of value, money, and that's still the main exchange, because that's what the gas tank accepts and everything. Find my audience where those people are that want to come and play, and that I could be of assistance, inspiration, and all sorts of things for that. So I need to make the creative time to go and reach out to those different beings, find where they play, and see if they want to come play with me. So worry about that, and as I said with founding members, am I doing enough for that? So those are kind of things I've gotten better and better and better at letting go of. But the reason I bring that forward is there hasn't been, I've looked for it, like, is it hiding? Have I missed it? Am I kidding myself? Is there obfuscation or delusion there? The fear of going out and doing this, and as of right this moment, tangibly, not having a little house on wheels to do it in. And that hasn't been here, which yay for me and all of that. But it's illustrative to me. It's certainly illustrative, although he grumbles, to the ego mind, because it hasn't been. And I find myself just once or twice thinking, well, you should be freaked out about this. You should, come on, you should be like teeth gnashing and freaked out. And I'm thinking, yeah, why am I not? What's wrong with me? Because I grew up in a house of warriors and stuff like that, and I thought, I don't want to do this. So anyways, that was a real noticing for me today, and that's not to say that I'm fully in that vein and trust completely, but I'm trusting more than I ever have in the 58 years in this embodiment, completely, fully, thoroughly. And it feels wonderful, because you know what? I'm not even thinking about trusting. I'm not even thinking, you gotta trust. I just am going through the segments of the day, watching and feeling and noticing how my energy is flowing, where my concentration is, where my breath is, all those kinds of things, making, some micro, some slightly bigger, except for a few instances, nothing major course corrections. And when I do think, is there not enough time, or this, that, and the other thing, things I've just referenced, I can breathe through it. I can just close as if I'm stepping, as if that's a whirlwind, and I'm starting to, it's trying to kind of want to lift me up and take me off. And by the way, that background is the real background. That's not a backdrop. That's spectacular Gaia. So the whirlwind is like wanting to lift me and gyrate me and shake me, you will be freaked out. And I've come up with a way and a tool, and I've done it in a long way because it feels so good for a long practice, but I've also done it as like a split-second practice that changes my physiological state, my sympathetic nervous system, all of that, heart rate, all of that, and pulls me completely in what feels like and looks like my pillar of light. Totally out of that, whatever that was. And I step forward again. Almost like I pull what is, the morphing transformation me out, clean and clear and balance, and bring more of me in, and walk again and move forward again. And it's not a reset, it's a up leveling. I'm not sure, I don't know, have the language. The language, what I feel, what I sense, what I see, videos is spectacular. And I have been good at giving voice to what those are, and I guess I'm jumping a bunch here and there, so it's not working. But anyways, it's very cool. I still like to get a video, to pull the videos out. And someday soon I will be able to do that. So that was a noticing for me today about how all these different things are kind of coalescing, and my path, key markers on my own personal path, are aligning with other key markers for all of humanity's path. And since we're all one and the singularities, that's not a surprise at all. And this funny thing about, you sure you're not terrified? And going, I don't feel it anywhere. So that's wonderful. And that's a cool tool. I mean, that's a cool toy in the quantum toy box of holding. And so I'm going to take a minute here because it's just dawned on me. That's really a cool thing to do. To have mastery with, not over, but with. So what I'm intentionally to this evening and tomorrow playing with that, not the worried or not the freaked out or not, but playing with that rock solid feeling in every fiber of my tangible, touchable body, my etheric body, all of the energy frequency of me. Kind of like, if that's that, and now I have a body memory starting to get that of what it feels like, a mental, emotional, electromagnetic body's memory of all of that. Wow, if I'm doing this, and kind of a causal relationship to that, and everything is at the behest of me, and I'm the genesis of my creation, my reality. And that's something I have learned enough to keep doing and learning and noticing and seeing the scope. And wow, my heart has got that moving trucks big time as I'm saying this. Yow. That's that. Then I can correlate, extrapolate, I don't know, magicalify that to next things and create so that it's like, blooming a plant from my hand. I don't know. But that's noticing it, dawning out, dot connecting, however, languaging again. What? I know absolutely that I'm getting better at how to do it. I know absolutely that it is not unique to me. I know absolutely that I've been in contact with some beings today in different ways, and other conversations, in the last 4 or 5 days, that they're playing with it, whether they're consciously there yet, consciously playing with it, but they are playing with it. Heard or read some other things out in the bigger world outside of my sphere, or okay, I'm having trouble languaging, but anyways, out of my sphere or out of my neighborhood, or people that I'm, more and more coming to contact with, and they're doing it. And people who are not awake yet, and certainly not aware of this, but they're in little ways doing, because I notice, because again, like frequency is can recognize and mirror. So in other words, I was there at that moment when that being, who wouldn't at all, thinks I talk funny, one who call themselves awake, was doing it because I could see it. Anyway, so that is very, very cool. Yes, they could. And I was saying on the New Earth Community Porch Gathering tonight that, I don't know a lot of tangible things yet, where I'm going, like Tuesday night, the 26th of April, and that kind of stuff. And I'm want to clean this out first so I can just really be connected. So I don't have to, oh, I forgot that, just get it done. I've given myself 10 days to get it done. It's day 9. I got till tomorrow. I'll do it. But in that connectivity, that this is how, I was gonna say, it's been 9 days, and so even there have been ups and downs, there have been, and some highs, but it's been astonishingly refreshing, enlivening. I've laughed more, a lot when no one's around. What I call my real laugh, my real deep, just fully out there, full-throated laugh than I have in the last 9-10 days, than I have in years. Smiled more, feel more alive, and yet there's that juxtaposition. I'm giving up the security, the known thing, the known this. Yeah, pretty place. But I'm being born into all of me in this vessel, on this sphere, and I'm actively, joyfully connecting and meeting and playing with more and more people. And it makes me so damn happy. And I haven't even started yet. So that's my little journal. I love you. The owl's hooting. Twilight is going. Have a wonderful night.